Today we're going to make a very simple camera move where the camera pushes into a line of text, that text changes, and then the camera pulls out. So let's make a new composition. Composition, new composition. Let's call it Art is Life. The preset is all set. Everything we want is good. Now I have this set to 2 views. Normally you would be viewing in one view like this, but for 3D we often want 2 views. One is the movie that we're making, and the other is a view that shows us what's going on. This will be apparent very soon. So in this composition we should start with a background. Let's make a solid, new solid. Let's call it background. Always good to name your things you make. Yes, it's all the right size and it's blue. That's great. And there it is. Let's just lock it because we don't want to do anything with it. Next step is to add some text. Type tool, some type as it's also called. Let's make the word art. Art. Hold down the function key on a laptop and hit return, or on a regular keyboard you'll hit enter on the far right to seal it. If you just hit return, it would make a line return, or a carriage return as they call it, for another line of text in the same thing. You don't want that. You want to seal it. So that's where you would hit enter and not return. I'll hit V so I can move this around. Let's say I like it there. That's great. Now we're going to be using a 3D camera, so we want to enable 3D for the art layer here. So we click in the box underneath the little cube down here. There we go. Now things have changed slightly because this is the view of the camera that we will be adding soon, and this is the view, the top view actually. If we click in here, we see this is the top view. That shows that the art text is just a flat plane, a flat layer. Let's add one more piece of type by duplicating this, Command D, and we will call it is life. Hit V to bring us back to the selection tool, make it one view, and let's make those two line up. Is life. Toggle your switches and modes to bring up the blending mode. Set is life to difference. Boom. And it looks very strange. Wheel in with your mouse wheel or change your zoom. And I want the middle, the R and the L to line up. So the L and the R, okay, almost there. There. They line up, and the T's and the F's line up over here. Black indicates that these two are identical and in the same position. Go back to normal. There they are. Let's hide is life for now. And let's make a new camera. Layer, new camera. The type of camera we want to use on this job, and in my opinion many jobs, is a one-node camera. A two-node camera is what you would use if you wanted to, say, point the camera at something specific and have it follow that, or you wanted to animate that point that the camera is looking at. We don't want to do that. We just want to move the camera. So we'll use a one-node camera. Let's use the 50mm preset. Everything is set. Don't enable depth of field unless you want depth of field, and if you don't know what depth of field is, check the help. It's all about focus. Okay. Now we have a camera, and let's just toggle our switches modes here so that we see that those two are 3D. Let's lock them for now. And that is wonderful. Now we want to push in on this word, so we like where we are right now. Let's set a keyframe for position, which is hit P. Set a keyframe by hitting the stopwatch. Move to another point in time. This is where we're going to push in. So in 3D we have the X coordinate of the camera's position, the y coordinate, and the z coordinate. We've always had x and y coordinates in After Effects, the way we've always been working. X is where something is across the screen, y is where something is up and down the screen. So you put those two together and you get a position on the screen. You add the third one and it gives you a position forward and back, into and out of the screen. To show that, let's show our two views again. Bing. Let's change this view, tap in here, or click, to show custom view. This is a kind of a 3/4 view. It shows you what's going on. We actually want camera, so this camera tool is currently set to the XY tracking camera tool, and that's the one that we want right now to move stuff around. You just do that. Okay, you see the camera down there. This is our scene. This is what the camera sees, but this is our overall view. So we want to move our camera closer. Hold down Shift and scrub the Z position value. You'll see the camera moving in close. We want it to fill the screen with green. There we go. Very nice. As we scrub through that, we see that the camera pushes forward into the word art. Great. Now let's make it pull back. We want to pull back to the exact same position we were before, so we copy this, Command C, paste it, at this location in time, V. What does that look like? Go back to the beginning, camera pushes in, and camera pulls back out to the exact same position where it was before. Terrific. Let's go to maybe, I don't know, here, hit N to end our work area so that we can make a preview. And that's what we've got. Springing into art. Okay. Now let's, we wanted to do art changing into is life. And a good place to do it is when we are full of green so that we don't really notice it. So let's just bring our is life back in. We want it to start appearing where we are now, which is here. And we want the art, unlock it, to end appearing about the same spot. For now, let's make them both exist at the same time. Hold down Option and the right square bracket key. Boom. This is now the last frame of the art layer. What does that look like? Push in. They're both present, and as you pull out, is life is there. With a RAM preview, it looks like that. Great. So, that's all very well and good. Now, if you wanted to do something extra special, you could add rotation to that. Hold down Shift and hit R. All of this is with the camera. We're not animating the art and is life at all. We're just trimming the layers so that the art layer is here and the is life layer is here. I just trimmed them. I'll lock them now. Boom, boom. So we're going to make the camera rotate so that it spins as it goes in. Now I want to read art here, so let's just leave the camera's Z rotation. By the way, Z rotation is what turns the camera this way. You see? Undo. X rotation turns it this way. Undo. And Y rotation turns it this way. Okay? So we want to use Z rotation. Start at 0. Z rotation is 0. Hit the stopwatch to make a keyframe. Now we want the camera to rotate a full 360 degrees around Z, and 360 degrees is 1 times, so 1 times, there we go. Camera rotates in, boom, pulls out like that. If you look on the left, you'll see what's happening in a kind of a real-world sense. The camera's spinning in, the word changes, and then it spins as it pulls out. Okay? Isn't that clever? Preview, and that's what you get.